Hello, are we live? Is this working? I think we are live. All right. Somebody here? Not yet. So this is just a test anyway. So if somebody comes, then hello. We're just testing some stuff. And if nobody comes, then that's fine too. Oh, we have 3 watching. All right. Looks good. This is my first time ever live streaming. This is just a test. But yo, yeah, we have a comment. Nice. What's up, Supak Pig? Good to have you. Where can I see? Everything is just brand new for me, so don't expect anything. I wanted to test this just because if everything goes well, then I want to stream tonight. So in around 6.5 hours, that will be 7:30 in Middle Europe. So I just wanted to have a quick look if everything is working. If anything goes wrong here, then that is completely expected. All right, some more people coming, apparently. All right, yeah, this will be, I will just end it in a few moments. What will I stream? Yeah, I just want my ideas just to do what I've been doing in the videos. So basically go through a hand and just think about what is going on there and then have a look into the solver, maybe see what would be the theoretical approach, what could be some adjustments players made, and what can we take away for ourselves. First time watching you live stream. Yeah, this is because this is the first time live streaming for myself. I'm just testing stuff for anybody who hasn't heard that. I want to go live in around 6.5 hours. I should probably just put that on the screen, but I'm not. But I'm not a pro at this. So for everyone who joined right now, thank you. That's really cool, really exciting. And I will end it in a few moments, but just for you who turned in, let's just go through a quick hand. This is nothing too crazy, not a huge takeaway, but just I don't want to leave you with nothing now that you turned in. More free quality content. Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Happy to serve you if it's helpful. So we have rig deck and absolute top up, 250 big blinds deep, a little bit deeper even. And we see a 3-bet, 4-bet, and a call. Pretty good flop here for the aces, I would say. So c-betting is the preferred play. I would guess you could maybe even bet bigger, but then again, it's 250 big blinds deep, so maybe your range wants to bet a little bit smaller here. Not sure about that, but this will likely never be wrong. So 40% is likely a good size to have here. Then on the turn, not too concerned. Now, of course, jacks improve, but they're still going to have a lot of flush draws. pocket queens, pocket kings probably as well, tens, and we can get a lot of value by betting again. And half pot is probably a good size because it sets up a nice river bet while also allowing us to have a bluffing range here. And yeah, not being committed if we get jammed on or anything like that. So we get called again. River is a queen, and now at least on lower stakes and mid stakes, you start to get a little bit worried because in 4-bet pots, it's quite likely that you run into queens, jacks, pocket nines here if you jam. And people also are a little bit more aware that an under the gun 4-bet is often pretty tight on lower stakes at least. So if pocket kings, for example, in the buttons position wouldn't be called 100% here against the jam, it wouldn't be too surprising to me, which means that aces is getting a little bit worse as a value bet from every street to the next one. Not saying it's not a value bet here, or at these stakes, probably it's still a very profitable anyway, but even on lower stakes, it might be. Depends on the player, of course. But another approach would be to just check and have the button jam themselves. So anything that didn't complete the draw, so 4-5 suited, 7-8 suited, maybe if it's in the buttons preflop range, ace-4, ace-5 suited, all are gonna be in the range probably, for sure, for 250 big blinds deep. But then also, if we check here, the button is maybe I'm not sure, maybe more likely to jam themselves if they have pocket kings, maybe ace queen suited that they called on the flop and on the turn. So you likely won't miss the value. But it, of course, depends. Some people might just think you're over bluffing if you have an aggressive image and are just gonna call down ace jack if they think you can just barrel through ace king here all the time. But at the same time, if you expect your opponent to not call ace queen suited, for example, which would be an argument for not value betting aces, then again you can view it from the other side as well and just barrel through ace king, of course. It always is a back and forth, but checking here and letting your opponent just bluff off is a pretty good option as well, I think, on a board that does have or does offer a lot of bluffs in our opponent's range and a rather limited amount of hands that would call in their shoes. So here we get jammed on actually, and of course in this spot we are never folding aces here, just because there are so many bluffs, and as said, it's not impossible for our opponent to just value jam a worse hand as well. So we call, and actually it worked to get the most out of this exact hand, and I think it's gonna be quite some hands here. Ace-5 of spades will be in there as well. Ace-4 probably as well. 250 big blinds deep, and then again 4-5 is probably in there a lot of the time as well. 7-8 I'm not too sure, but yeah, a lot of hands that could be turned into a bluff here. So pretty nice line and 109k pot that was won here. That's it for now. It looks like the stream is working for anybody who hasn't heard it. This was just a test. We are ending it right now, but I plan to go live tonight in around 6.5 hours. So if you want, you can join in there as well. And we are going through a hand that we can analyze a little bit deeper, close to or comparably to what I do in the videos. Anyway, I will look for a hand or maybe two that we can go through and analyze live, because I think the videos are cool and I like to make them, but it also adds another layer if we can do it live and maybe have some questions from the chat as well. Did you already decide what I will do in the with the subscription after today? No, not really. I haven't decided yet. This is a process I'm into right now, so takes a little bit longer to consider all the factors, maybe learn about what payment structures there are, which makes sense, and how everything comes together when it comes to value served and payment received, right? So I will announce that as soon as I know what we'll do going forward. But for now, yeah, thanks for tuning in for a short live stream, and I will hopefully see you later. Bye-bye.